Mickey 17 is a 2025 South Korean American film directed by Bong Joon Ho and stars Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, Stephen Yuen, Toni Collette, and Mark Ruffalo. It's based on the 2022 novel Mickey 7, written by Edward Ashton. The story is set in the distant future and follows a slacker named Mickey who signs up to be an expendable employee for a developing space colony. This was one of my most anticipated films of 2025, and it was nice to be able to see it, so early on in the year. And to be honest, all I needed was, to come to that conclusion was Bong Joon Ho, man. I haven't seen everything he's directed so far, but I'm definitely a fan. Previously, I'd only seen The Host from 2006 and A Parasite from 2019, of course, but I loved them both, and I think they are both like near masterpieces. But then I saw the trailer, and I was 100% sold after that, and I thought it was one of the coolest trailers I've seen in a long time. And that's before I even considered how strong the cast is. All the pieces just line up for me. So, I mean, I couldn't help but set up some expectations, some pretty high expectations, right? But the question is, did Mickey 17, live up to them? Let's take a look. Essentially, everything starts with two buddies, Mickey and Timo, played by Robert Pattinson and Stephen Yuen, two slackers just trying to make something of themselves. And what better to do than, open up a macaroon shop? Those little cookies that people like, and I've never had one before. But you need money to open a macaroon shop, and Mickey and Timo don't have any, so, they borrow money from a dangerous loan shark, of course. And when they can't pay the money back, leaving the planet was the only escape for them. Like I said, this is in the distant future. I don't think they don't specify the year, I don't think. But anyways, I kind of got Dumb and Dumber vibes from Timo and Mickey, kind of like Harry and Lloyd in the future. Timo was lucky enough, though, to sign up as a pilot because he had some like minute experience with I don't even know if he ever flew anything. I can't remember. But anyways, it's funny. But Mickey signed up to be an expendable, where you are sent to dangerous places for research purposes, and you get cloned basically every time you die, which is almost every time you go on a mission. It's so cool and it's so fun, and it's just a great concept. And look, there's a lot of political stuff here, but I don't want that to turn you away. I mean, it's nothing beats you over the head, and it is very important to the storyline, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. But I do think the script here is just fucking brilliant, and I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything here. One reason I bring that up, though, the political stuff, is because Bong Joon Ho mentioned that he took a lot of liberties with the script since he did write it, and as far as the book adaptation goes. So the space colony that Mickey and Timo go to work for is owned by Kenneth Marshall, a two-time failed politician played by Mark Ruffalo. And if you liked his performance in Poor Things, which most people did, came out last year, Emma Stone, all that, it was really good. You will, I think, absolutely enjoy him here because he's really great at just a scenery chewing, being a scenery chewing pompous asshole. He's great at it. I think we'll be seeing more of him playing characters like that in the future. But if anyone one-ups him here in terms of sheer weirdness, it's the always wonderful Toni Collette. She plays Kenneth Marshall's wife, Ilfa, and I don't really know what to say about her, man. She's just so weird. Her character really gives me vibes of like old weird sci-fi and post-apocalyptic movies, like stuff from the 70s. I don't know how else to describe it, man. Think something maybe like A Boy and His Dog. That level of weirdness. But she's absolutely insane. And her and Kenneth Marshall represent the ultra-rich, right? With zero fucking respect for the working class. Robert Pattinson is obviously the star of the show. And I wouldn't change a thing. I have actually become a fan of his. I'm really enjoying watching him grow. I mean, look at where he started and look at where he's at now. It's awesome. He even plays two characters at one point, which seems to be the thing lately. It's kind of weird, but it's in this case it works because this is taken from a book. Like I said, Mickey is just an absolute idiot, but he's got a big heart, and I was cheering for him the whole way. He's a very likable character. But as much as Robert Pattinson's the star of the show, of course, I was blown away yet again by the fucking wonderful talents of Bong Joon Ho. His screenplay here, I mean, I've already said it, I think, once or twice, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's dark. It's absolutely hilarious. I found myself laughing through most of this movie, or at least half the time, And as always, it's full of humanity and heart. His direction here is masterful, and the cinematography is easily the best I've seen this year. This is very much an epic sci-fi story, so the 2-hour, 17-minute runtime might be a little long for some of you, but the pacing here is pretty much perfect. And the last thing I'll mention, because I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, are the adorable snow monsters that the humans in this film decide to call creepers. The design is great, and they add a lot of depth to the film, and they are a huge part of Mickey's journey, actually. These creatures were designed by Bong Joon Ho and Jang Hee Chul, who helped him create the monster for the host back in 2006. Obviously, technologies came a long ways, since 2006, so these monsters look a lot better. But man, I love the host. Great film. I'm gonna review that one of these days. I actually had meant to do it I think like a year ago, and I completely forgot. I reviewed Parasite. I got to do Host next. But anyways, I'm giving Mickey 17 a 7.5 out of 10. It may not be just yet my favorite Bong Joon-ho film, but it's a fantastic piece of storytelling and world building, and with a lot of talent involved, man. And I know we've all been saying this ad nauseum, I get it, and I don't want to parrot it in every video that I do, but this is an original story, not a reboot or a legacy sequel, and lots of money and hard work was invested in this, and it looks like, as of right now, it hasn't even made its budget back yet. And I, for one, still want to get movies like this in the future, so we need to work together to keep this thing alive, right? I think Mickey 17 will likely be one of the better movies this year, so if you haven't seen it yet, maybe take a trip to your local theater and check it out. It's really good. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you at the multiplex.